Now the U.S. Supreme Court has spoken. Let there be no doubt, while I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it. I accept the finality of this outcome, which will be ratified next Monday in the Electoral College. And tonight, for the sake of our unity as a people and the strength of our democracy, I offer my concession.
So that was then Vice President Al Gore nearly 21 years ago, putting country over party and putting the democratic process over his personal desire to be in the White House. A stark contrast from what we saw play out with President Donald Trump after his much more decisive 2020 defeat. The former vice president is back with us now. So if you would take a listen to what Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney said recently about that historic moment.
When I think about 2000, I think about sitting on the inaugural platform in January of 2001, watching Al Gore. Of course, you know, we had won. I'm sure he didn't think he had lost. We had fought this politically very, very intense battle, and he conceded. He did the right thing for this nation.
Mr. Vice President, what was going through your mind when you conceded?
Well, first of all, I want to express my gratitude and admiration for Liz Cheney on the issue that she's become known for recently, and that is standing up to the craziness in her party. What was going through my mind is what's going to be best for the country. There was no way to really see playing it out in a way that would overturn the result. It would have gone to the House of Representatives, and the constitutional procedures gave the other side the complete advantage. You know, in some ways, I'll quote Winston Churchill, who said about Americans, Americans generally do the right thing after first exhausting every available alternative. That's sort of the situation I was in. But more seriously, it was a question of what is right for the country. You know, Pamela, the refusal of the former president to acknowledge that he lost by 7 million votes. It wasn't close, for God's sake. And apparently a majority of his party is still so enthralled to him that they still believe that the American people did not make the judgment that they clearly made. This is very damaging to our democracy. I'm hoping that this craziness will fade over time, but we keep getting this nonsense like this foolish exercise to bring in some cyber ninja group in Arizona to look for bamboo in the ballots there. It's absolutely nuts. We hear about AI standing for artificial intelligence. They're putting another kind of AI out, artificial insanity. They're putting out messages that create an alternate reality, and people get into these echo chambers on the internet, and it's all they hear, and they begin to believe the alternate reality. We've got to follow the rule of reason and honor American democracy and acknowledge the will of the American people. They spoke loudly and clearly.
And it's interesting, you point out Donald Trump, the former president, who has been the leader of this movement. He was the one that started it. The 2020 election was 235 days ago, and Trump continues to complain about his loss. What is your message to him?
Well, I'm not sure that whatever I say to him would have any impact whatsoever. But just on the off chance that it would, I would say, please do the right thing. Acknowledge reality. Stop hurting this country. Stop undermining democracy. Honor the great and honorable traditions of the United States of America. This cannot go on the way it is. Now, I will point out, Pamela, that it's kind of a sideshow, and people are turning off to it now. I really think they're beginning to. And Joe Biden's popularity continues to rise. Look at what he's done in controlling the pandemic. Look at what he's done in facilitating the incredible economic resurgence with a very strong climate plan, going overseas and really bringing respect for the United States back up again after it sunk to a historic low during the previous 4 years for reasons we all understand. I think he is really doing an outstanding job. He's got a tough hand to play, but he's playing it with great skill.
Okay. Vice President Gore, stick around. We're going to talk more about the Biden administration and what it is doing in this fight against climate change. We'll be right back. Thanks so much.